Okay. Then, as to your case, I will impose a fine of $40. There's a 30% surcharge, $20 in court costs, a $9 fuel surcharge for a total of $81. Please go to the clerk's window here on right outside the courtroom, and you can make arrangements regarding payment. Thank you. Gerardo Delgado Rodriguez.
No.
Your name, please. Thank you. Sir, I have
Elmer Ross.
It'll be just a moment. I'm handling another matter. Thank you. Sir, I have a proposed disposition whereby it would be entering a plea of guilty to defective vehicle headlamps, a 1-point violation. Upon a plea of guilty to that charge, the balance of your case would be dismissed. Is that your understanding? Okay. You're not represented by counsel today. Have you had enough time to think about this prior to entering your plea? And has anyone promised you anything other than what we have spoken about here on the record in order to have you enter this plea today? No. Okay. I note from the city attorney that you have a clear driving history, which is good. It's probably why he gave you this disposition. So I will impose 1-point violation. Your fine is $30. There's a 30% surcharge, $9 fuel surcharge, $20 in court costs for a total of $68. Sir, please go to the court clerk's window on the way out, and you can make arrangements regarding payment. Thank you.
Thank you.
Docket. Nolan Peterson. Your name, please. Thank you. How old are you? Okay, just a moment. Let me pull up your case. Sir, I have a proposed disposition from the city attorney that says upon a plea of guilty to defective vehicle headlamps, a 1-point violation, the balance of your case would be dismissed. He does make a note that you've previously done an Alive at 25 class. And then we find ourselves here again. Is this how you wish to proceed?
Yes, sir.
You are not represented by counsel. Have you had enough time to think about this prior to entering your plea today?
Yes, sir.
And has anyone promised you anything other than what we have just spoken about here on the record in order to have you enter this plea?
No, sir.
Okay. Let's see. What do you want to tell me about all this? Well, that's why they're put there, so we pay attention and know what they are. What kind of shoes do you have on today?
I have just used.
Yeah, you're going to need some good shoes because you might be a pedestrian if you keep this up.
Okay.
That's between you and the Department of Revenue. But I will note you have had a prior, and so your fine is, just a moment. How old were you when you got the citation?
I was 17.
Okay. Your fine is $50. There's 30% surcharge, $20 in court costs, $9 in fuel service charge for a total of $94. But you need to really pay attention or you're going to find yourself without a license.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Go to the court clerk's window here outside the courtroom and make arrangements regarding payment.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay. Giovanna Garrillo Rios. Your name, please. Thank you. Let me pull up your case here. Okay, thank you. I have a proposed disposition from the city attorney that says upon a plea of guilty to Colorado revised or to the municipal code, defective vehicle, a 2-point violation, then the original speeding charge would be dismissed. Is that your understanding?
Yes, Your Honor.
You are not represented by counsel. Have you had enough time to think about this prior to entering your plea today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what we have spoken about here on the record in order to have you enter this plea? Okay. He says you're about to deploy. Where are you heading out, if you could tell me?
I'm going, Europe, sir.
Okay, fair enough. And branch of military?
Marine Corps.
Thank you for your service to our country, and I mean that sincerely. I will impose a first offense fine of $40. There's 30% surcharge, $20 court costs, $9 fuel surcharge for a total of $81. Be safe. Come back. You can visit anytime. Don't get a ticket. Check in with the court clerk out front, and we'll make arrangements. Thank you. Okay, David Gordon. Let's see. Let's see. And sir, your name?
David Gordon.
Thank you. Just a moment. Let me pull up your case. Go, sir. I have a proposed disposition upon a plea of guilty to defective vehicle, a 2-point violation. The balance of your case would be dismissed. And that was a speeding charge. Sir, is that your understanding?
Yes, Your Honor.
You are not represented by counsel. Have you had enough time to think about this prior to entering your plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anybody promise you anything other than what we have just spoken about?
No,
As to defective vehicle, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
guilty.
Anything you want to tell me about this?
That is what. Yeah, for the Rockies.
Well, I wish they were having a better season, but here we are. I do know you, it looks like you had a prior citation last year. I'm going to impose a fine of $60. There's a 30% surcharge, $20 in court costs, $9 fuel surcharge for a total of, 107. Slow it down.
Okay, Your Honor.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Check in with the court clerks outside the courtroom. Thank you.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, Carla Chavez Molinar.
Hi, good morning.
Hello. The city attorney says they're proposing to set this over so you can get your driver's license. Is that correct?
Yes.
Well, I think that's a good plan. Do you have an appointment to do that yet?
No, I have to get my, I have my expired permit, but I have to get that, I have to take the test again, and then I will be able to, take my driver's test. So I do have, an appointment for my permit.
Okay. We're going to give you a new date. We're going to set that out about 12 weeks because I know it's kind of busy over there to get those things taken care of. So let's get a date in about 12 weeks.
Okay.
You have a date for us? About 12 weeks, pre-trial. August 24th. And let's Let's see. We'll set our mornings or afternoons better.
Mornings.
August 24th, 8:30. And you can appear by Zoom.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too, you can sign off.
Okay.
You'll get an email confirming this. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Catherine Berendt. Your name, please? Okay, just a moment. Let me pull up your case. Ma'am, I have a proposed disposition from the city attorney that says upon a plea of guilty to a 2-point defective vehicle, he'll dismiss the careless driving charge. Is that your understanding?
Yes, sir.
You are not represented by counsel. Have you had enough time to think about this prior to entering your plea today?
Yes, sir.
And has anyone promised you anything other than what we have just spoken about here on the record in order to have you enter this plea?
No, sir.
Just a moment. As to defective vehicle, a 2-point violation, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'll accept that plea. Find it to be knowing and voluntary. Sounds like there was an accident. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And tell me what happened.
I wasn't sure what it distracted me, but something distracted me.
Okay. Anybody hurt?
No, can you just leave them in here?
I think they all went to get, most of them went to get checked out.
Okay,
As far as I know.
okay. The note from the officer said no injury, but that's fine. We will,
I said, I just.
right. I know you have,
Hard. I don't know.
city attorney says you have an excellent driving record, so I'm imposing a first offense driving defective vehicle charge, 2-point violation of $40. There's 30% surcharge, $20 in court costs, $9 and a fuel surcharge for a total of $81. Please see the court clerk and drive carefully.
Thank you.
Juan Antonio Balderas Torres. Sir, your name?
Juan Antonio Valderas.
Okay, just a moment. Let me pull up your case. Sir, I do have, just a moment. There we go. Sir, I do have a proposed disposition from the city attorney. He's proposing to dismiss your case. You're now in compliance, which is good news. Sir, is there anything you want to tell me about all this? What are you going to be doing so you don't have a problem like this in the future?
Well, make sure that I'm covered with insurance.
Okay, well, good job on getting the insurance, and the matter's dismissed. Thank you. You're free to go.
Felix. Miguel can't hear Adam. So Miguel can't hear him.
Like he's somehow not. Check because we can't see that we're in Adam's room. You may have to log back on. I'll be right back.
Israel Morantz Montanez.
Yeah, Your Honor.
The city attorney indicates upon a plea of guilty to a 2-point violation defective vehicle, then the careless driving charge would be dismissed. Sir, is that your understanding? Mr. Morantz?
Sorry, I can hear you, Your Honor.
Okay, so the city attorney says upon a plea of guilty to defective vehicle, a 2-point violation, the balance of your case would be dismissed. Is that your understanding?
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Okay, well, what kind of device are you on? A phone?
No, I'm on a PC, on a computer.
Okay, you need to turn up your volume so you can hear us. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, but it's like cutting when you're speaking.
Okay, well, you're going to need to call back in because we need to be able to communicate.
Oh, well, right now I can hear you.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
this city attorney says upon a plea of guilty to defective vehicle, a 2-point violation, and completion of an Alive at 25 class, then this case would be dismissed.
Okay.
Is that what you want to do?
Well, I can hear you clearly right now. So,
Okay, well, do you want to enter a plea of guilty to defective vehicle, complete an Alive at 25 at class as a resolution of your case?
yes, Your Honor.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 21.
Okay, you're not represented by counsel. Have you had enough time to think about this prior to entering your plea today?
No.
Do you need more time to think about your case?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, then as to defective vehicle, a 2-point violation, sir, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
I'll say guilty.
Okay. I will accept your plea, find it to be knowing and voluntary.
Okay.
I am going to require that you complete an Alive at 25 class. In addition, your fine is $60. There's a 30% surcharge, $20 court costs, and a $9 fuel service charge. Is that your understanding?
Can you repeat that again?
There's a $60 fine, 30% surcharge, $20 in court costs, $9 fuel surcharge, and you need to complete the Alive at 25 class. Is that your understanding?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're going to
Yes, Your Honor.
send you an email that includes the instructions on how to take care of this class and how long you have to get it done. Don't wait. call and arrange that at this time. You should get an email from us today, okay?
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
You can hang up.
Okay, thank you.
There's another guy I had for a while, but he's,
No, he's gone. It was. On.
starting to feel like the Who. Hear me, feel me, see me, touch me. Hear me,
Señor, su nombre, por favor.
Javier Loya Leal.
Abraham. Javier Loya is what I caught, Your Honor.
En corte no se puede escuchar nada de otro ruido, de nada.
¿Qué lo platicas? Ya me voy a salir.
Ok.
Está bien así.
Ruido, por favor.
Your Honor, your microphone is off.
Thank you very much. Sir, in your case, the city attorney notes that you're asking to continue this case. Is that correct?
Señor, en su caso, el fiscal nos ha avisado que él quiere aplazar o continuar este caso. Así es.
¿Por qué motivo?
I'm sorry, for what reason?
I don't know. The paperwork here says that you are requesting to continue. You have an
Disculpa,
emergency.
Disculpa, señor, yo no sé por qué. Yo tengo una nota aquí del fiscal que dice que usted está solicitando un aplazamiento al caso por una emergencia.
Pues que tu email, güey, que mandaste.
Sí, es que yo lo estaba solicitando porque yo no sabía que lo podía hacer por Zoom y yo pedía un mes de aplazamiento.
Oh,
Pero-
yes, I did ask for a 1-month continuance because I didn't know that we could be on Zoom. Stand by. Adelante, señor.
Pero
Okay. We'll
Ya-
reset it one time in 6 weeks.
Listo, lo vamos a refijar una vez por 6 semanas.
That'll be July 20 at 8:30.
Sería julio 20 a las 8:30 de la mañana, señor.
And sir, you can appear by Zoom again.
Y si gusta, señor, puedes comparecer por Zoom.
julio 20.
July 20th.
Yes, sir.
Sí, señor.
Ok, perfecto. Solo que como les comentaba, yo hablé a la oficina de Comercio City de policía y me dijeron que lo podía hacer por Zoom. Entonces, yo por eso ayer precisamente les comenté que estaba bien, que no quería postergar la cita para un mes, sino hacerla de una vez para no tener ese pendiente y resolverlo lo antes posible.
Stand by, Your Honor. Señor, disculpa. Me estás diciendo en pocas palabras, ¿quieres seguir adelante?
Sí.
Ok, un momento, por favor. Your Honor, I'm sorry, I didn't get a chance to finish saying what I was saying is that I was going to ask for a continuance, but when I spoke here at the office with the police, is what he said, that they told me yesterday that I could appear on Zoom. But since I'm already here, I'd like to move forward so that I can wrap this up and not have to postpone this any longer.
Okay, we will pass this matter and you can speak to the city attorney.
Vamos a pasar este caso por el momento, señor, para que hables con el fiscal de nuevo.
Ok.
All right.
Eduardo Ramirez Zarrano. Who wants to talk to you?
Just when I ask, do you want to continue? And they say, yes, I said. "Yeah." Pretty much.
Sir, your name? And Mr. Ramirez, I have a proposed disposition that upon a plea of guilty to a defective vehicle charge, 2 points, that the no proof of insurance and careless driving charges would be dismissed. Is that your understanding?
Yes.
Sir, you are not represented by counsel. Have you had enough time to think about this prior to entering your plea? And has anybody promised you anything?
No, I really haven't had much time. I don't read English. And,
Okay.
well, I didn't have time to read anything.
Do you want more time? We can set this over if you'd like. Okay, we will set the matter over in about 6 weeks. And then that you can speak to the district attorney again and see about a resolution of your case at that time. July 20th at 8:30.
That's fine.
Please go to the court clerk's window on the way out. Thank you. Sadia Murray.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ma'am, I have before me a proposed disposition from the city attorney that indicates upon a plea of guilty to defective vehicle headlights, a 1-point violation, the balance of your case would be dismissed. Is that your understanding?
Yes, sir.
You are not represented by counsel. Have you had enough time to think about this prior to entering your plea today?
I have. Thank you.
And has anyone promised you anything other than what we have just spoken about here on the record in order to have you enter this plea?
No,
Did you watch the video this morning?
I did.
Then as to defective vehicle headlamps, a 1-point violation, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I will accept that plea, find it to be knowing and voluntary. Was there an accident here?
Yes, there was.
Was anyone injured?
No, nobody was injured.
Okay. What happened?
So I was on my way to work and I stopped at a red light, and I usually listen to audiobooks, and my book had finished. So I was just kind of waiting for a light, and I looked down to start my next one. And I looked up and I saw the light was green, and I accelerated without realizing that the car in front of me had not moved.
Well, that's what we call distracted driving, and I do that. I listen to books too, but you really need to be switching those when you're off the road.
Yes. I agree.
The good news is apparently there weren't serious injuries. You're standing here today. Anything can happen when we drive these cars. Your fine is $30. There's some court costs associated with this of $20, 30% surcharge, $29 fuel surcharge, for a total of $68. Please drive carefully.
I will.
And you'll get an email from us about how to take care of this. Thank you.
Thank you.
You can hang up.
Okay.
Do you need this gentleman to move into Mr. Loya?
Yes, I keep trying.
Don't think he's an English speaker. Mr. Loya, you need to accept the breakout session.
I want finish.
Right.
Yes. I speak a little bit English, but I want finish.
You need to accept the breakout session, please, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So we can speak again to the district attorney. Un momento, por favor.
Le está diciendo que tienes que volver a hablar con el fiscal. Disculpa, señor, que yo estuve un poco ocupado con otro cliente. Ahorita te van a mandar con el fiscal para que hable de nuevo, señor.
Okay, muy bien.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Please accept the breakout. Push the button.
Apresione el botón, por favor, que dice accept breakout or leave to breakout. Debería ser un botón azul.
Okay, Maria Romo de Figueroa. Ma'am, your name? Just a moment, ma'am, while I pull up your case. Ma'am, I have a proposed disposition from the city attorney that upon a plea of guilty to a defective vehicle 2-point violation, the original speeding charge would be dismissed. Is that your understanding?
Yes.
You are not represented by counsel today. Have you had enough time to think about this prior to entering your plea?
Yes.
And has anyone promised you anything other than what we have just spoken about here on the record in order to have you enter this plea?
No.
Then as to defective vehicle, a 2-point violation, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Anything you want to tell me about this?
No.
Okay. Looks like it was pretty early in the morning and you were
Yes.
going pretty fast. But I will impose a first offense fine of $40. There's 30% surcharge, $20 in court costs, $9 fuel surcharge, for a total of $81. Please go to the clerk's window on the way out of court. You can make arrangements there. Thank you, and slow down.
I still can't get him to move.
Mr. Williams.
Are you able to move him yourself? Hola, señor, disculpa, parece que no se ha movido todavía del... no le escucho porque estás en mute. Quítase el mute, por favor.
¿Me escucha?
Sí.
No encuentro el botón que me dice,
Ok.
nomás rojo que me dice si salir.
Sálgase. Si se sale de la reunión, vuélvase a subir.
Ok.
Okay,
He's going, he doesn't know what to do.
okay. Thank you. I appreciate your help.
I would strongly suggest. Time to do the key, I'll have it. Spend, I think we accumulate about a total of 50. Trying to tell people what button to push, and if we took 30 minutes, we'd be able to avoid. You send me that key, I'll transfer it. Deal?
Sounds great.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
No, thank you.
It's a great idea, and Zoom may have it. And it may already be translated. We just need to get it and make a link to it.
Okay. That's a
I don't know where that guy is. He's in the file.
They asked him to log out and log back in
So
because
he
he
just
couldn't
logged
see.
back in and he's trying to connect the audio and I'm trying to.
Susana Ramirez Torres. Okay, who's Susanna? You're Susanna? Okay. Ma'am, I have a proposed disposition from the city attorney that upon completion of 16 hours of community service, making better choices class, and no further violations of this nature, then your case could be dismissed. You're to have no further contact with Gabriel Valdez. Do you know that person?
Yes.
Okay. You're not represented by counsel. Have you had enough time to think about this prior to entering your plea? And has anyone promised you anything other than what we have spoken about here on the record in order to have you enter this plea? Then I will impose the 16 hours of community service. Ma'am, you can complete that at any nonprofit or church or someplace. You need to get a letter from them saying that you've completed the community service time and submit that back to the court. You're to complete a Making Better Choices class. And no further violations of this kind. Is that your understanding? Okay, let me make a couple notes here. Okay, ma'am, if you please go to the court clerk's window, they'll have paperwork for you there on how to take the class and regarding community service. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Remember that pulse rate over 130?
No,
On my tombstone, just say Zoom. That would kill them. Can you move Mr. Loya? I just can't deal with it anymore.
thank you.
He's emotionally destroyed me.
Much.
Ma'am, have you spoken with the city attorney?
I would work here for the tax department. I'm just saying if someone comes.
Oh, okay,
I'm just waiting.
that's fine. Thanks. Nice to meet you as well. Sorry to have impugned your reputation.
Who are you here for, Heather? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's okay. I'll talk with you.
No,
No, ma'am. He already did.
With me.
Javier?
Yeah.
Yeah, he went to Adams and came back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm behind, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Okay, Javier Loyal Leal. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't run. It's almost no reason to run. Sorry about that.
No worries. Adelante, señor. Buenos días.
Mr. Loya Leal, the city attorney says upon a plea of guilty to a 3-point violation, improper lane use, that the original 6-point violation would be dismissed. Sir, is that your understanding?
Señor, el fiscal nos ha dicho que si usted se declara culpable a una infracción que carga 3 puntos de usar el carril inapropiadamente, el fiscal desestimará el cargo original que carga 6 puntos. ¿Así lo lleva entendido, señor? No lo escucho. Tienes que quitarse el mute y tienes que hablar, señor.
You unmuted.
Yeah, I just told him to unmute and he just left.
¿Me escucha ahora?
Ah, sí, lo escuchamos. Usted escuchó y entiendes. ¿Así lo llevas entendido?
Sí, sí lo entendí.
Yes, I understand. That's what I understand, sir.
You're not represented by counsel. Have you had enough time to think about this prior to entering your plea?
No tienes representación de un abogado, señor. ¿Has tenido suficiente de pensar bien esta declaración?
Sí.
Yes.
And has anyone promised you anything other than what we've spoken about here on the record in order to have you enter this plea?
¿Y alguien le ha hecho una promesa sobre algo aparte de lo que nosotros hemos hablado ahora mismo en acta?
No, solo
No.
el fiscal que me comentó que si aceptaba una infracción de 3 puntos por invadir un carril o moverme un carril de forma indebida, me quitarían la de 6 puntos.
No, Your Honor, just what the city attorney had told me, that if I pleaded guilty to a 3-point improper lane use, that the 6-point violation would be dismissed. So that's all.
Okay, very good.
Muy
Well,
bien.
then as to improper lane use, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Entonces, ¿cómo se declara al cargo de uso de carril inapropiadamente? ¿Culpable o no culpable?
Culpable.
Guilty.
I will accept that plea, find it to be knowing involuntary. The city attorney notes you have a clear driving record, and so I will impose a first offense fine of $60. There's a 30% surcharge, $20 in court costs, $9 fuel charge, for a total of $107.
Bueno, señor, aceptaré su declaración culpable y veo aquí que lo estás aceptando en una manera consciente y voluntariamente rechazando sus derechos. El fiscal también nos menciona que tienes un antecedente de conducir limpio, entonces le voy a poner la multa de primera infracción de $60 más 30% de sobrecargos, $20 de costos de tribunal y $9 de costos de petrol, para el total de $107, señor.
Okay.
All right.
We'll send you an email how to take care of that. Thank you very much.
Le mandaremos un correo electrónico con cómo puede pagar eso, señor. Muchas gracias. Nos estamos despidiendo.
Gracias a ustedes. Buen día.
Okay. Thank you all very much. Have a wonderful day. Se puede ir. Puedes presionar leave meeting. Gracias, señor.
¿En salir? Gracias.
Sí. Sí.
Okay, Karina Hernandez Garcia. Just a moment. Let me pull up your case. There it is. Ma'am, the city attorney says, upon a plea of guilty to speeding 65 in a 55, a 4-point violation, the balance of your case would be dismissed. Ma'am, is that your understanding?
Yes.
You're not represented by counsel. Have you had enough time to think about this prior to entering your plea today?
Yes.
And has anyone promised you anything other than what we have just spoken about here on the record in order to have you enter this plea? Did you watch the video before court today?
Yes. Yes.
Do you have any questions regarding your rights?
No.
Then as to speeding 65 and a 55, a 4-point violation, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Anything you want to tell me about this?
No.
Well, this is pretty fast. The speed that they clocked you at was 80 in a 55. I note that you're taking the lesser charge and you've had a prior ticket last year. So I will impose a second offense fine on the charge of speeding 10 miles over. Amount of $120. There's 30% surcharge, $20 court costs, $9 fuel surcharge, for a total of $185. Please slow down.
Of course.
Thank you. Go to the court clerk's window towards the front and they'll have, they'll tell you how to take care of it. Thank you.
Thank you.